I'm Hollytown owner Holly Willoughby. I have an MS in general psychology, and I'm a published learning and development theorist. I have decades of experience working with children and adults, teaching everything from early reading, early math, all the way through performance arts and psychology. I tend to get results with my students because what I do is I get in and figure out what they need. And really, I don't just use a standard format and hope for the best. So if you really want results, come try some lessons with me and see what we can do together. Now, I am running a special right now. It is $50 per session for the first year if you register. This is a steal considering the results that I typically get with my students. And when I say typically, I mean typically. Most of my students learn to not just get to average, but actually excel above average over time. Now, your goals will be set by you and will go as far as you want to go, but I kind of take the top off as far as the limit. So I say, really, the sky's the limit when you remove all of the barriers. And what this does is this allows my students to go even above what they expected. So I'll give you a couple of case study examples. I have a little boy that I'm working with right now. And when he started with me actually in August of 2025, forgot what year we're in, he could not read at all, not even one word. He's entering into second grade at the time, and he had already gone through 2 years of school and a full year of tutoring, his mother had told me, by the time I had gotten him, and couldn't read a single word. Now, how does one go through all of that work and not learn anything? This is not an issue with the student. It's an issue with the poor teaching. And I say that because I've seen this over and over and over again. Now, this little boy, when I started working with him, he struggled because he didn't know how to do any of this stuff yet, and he just figured he'd never be able to. In fact, it broke my heart when he told me, "I'm just dumb." And I said, "Look at me." And he looked at me and I said, "You are not dumb. You just didn't get what you needed. And now you're going to." And so he started putting in the work, and within about a month and a half to 2 months, he was reading. Now, he was reading simple CVC words. Those are consonant, vowel, consonant words. And then he started advancing more. And now he's reading words with letter combinations, etc. He is not memorizing them. I do not use sight words. But I'm going to tell you right now, if I could get a hold of him, and in less than 2 months, he's already reading, why on earth couldn't he read before? So each case is very different. I take a look at all of those details. But what you need to understand is if you work with me, I'm not going to just listen to, I haven't been able to because I have this problem, blah, 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 blah. We're going to figure it out. We're going to figure out what you need, and then we're going to get it for you. Okay? This is what I do, and this is why I get my results. That's one case study. In terms of performance arts, I had students that studied with me long term, just a handful that studied with me more than 2 years when I first started my company. And of those original students that studied with me for more than 2 years, 2 of the 5 went on to try out for roles in Broadway. Both got lead roles first try. One landed Matilda and got Tony Honors and a Grammy nomination. That shocked even me. That was amazing. But here's why I'm telling you this story. Whether I teach you early reading, or I teach you performance arts, or I teach you psychology, or I teach you social skills, you're going to learn if you put in the work, because I organize things in a way that will help you. So I encourage you to contact me, schedule yourself, and see how this goes. Be ready to put in the work, because working with me is serious stuff. Now, we have fun, but I expect you to work, okay? So if you're really wanting to learn how to do things, or if you have a child that's been struggling, but you know that they can do it, whether or not they've been diagnosed with some type of disorder, etc., learning disorder, ADHD, I don't care. What I care about is whether or not you're going to put in the work, and we're going to see this through. because I've got what it takes to help you if you've got what it takes to help yourself. I hope you'll register.